The tweets are racist and xenophobic. They're also inaccurate because the four women he's referring to are folks that have grown up, they're U.S. citizens. It's behavior that's unbecoming of a president of the United States and a leader of the free world. We should talk about uniting people and not dividing us. And ultimately, politically, it's hurtful. You are having war going on within the Democratic Party, and now they've all circled the wagons and are protecting one another, right? So that's my thoughts. And unfortunately, for someone like me, who's the only black Republican in the House of Representatives, this makes it even harder when I go into communities that most Republicans don't show up to. This makes it harder in order to bring our message.
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about what you just saw, which was Republican House Rep Will Hurd condemning Donald Trump for his statements about the so-called squad, even though Trump did not name anybody. He was just saying, hey, these Democratic congresswomen, they want to talk this, that, and a third about America. How about they go back to their countries, help there, then come back and fix our problems, then we can talk. He's saying that those comments were xenophobic, racist, etc. Also, he was talking about, oh, since I'm a black, mixed, by the way, black and white, since I'm a black House rep, I have to go to these certain places where Republicans don't go, and I can't really go there because of those comments. Let's be clear here. It's not like that one particular comment just made everybody think Trump was a racist. There's an actual Wikipedia page with a list of things that the leftist media, many in the political parties, left and right, have deemed as racist. When you're talking about the Charlottesville situation, which was bogus, you know, I said that what he said was correct. I am from Virginia. I've been to Charlottesville many times. That whole narrative was just totally false to try to paint about him saying there was fine Nazis. That wasn't the case, but for now I digress. Also, the Central Park 5 situation, the Mexican judge, the census question. I mean, the list goes on. There's a whole bunch of things that many people consider to be racist that comes from Trump. Even things that he didn't even start. The whole Obama birther thing. They say, oh, you're questioning his heritage, where he comes from, where he was born. That's racist. How is it racist when one of the qualifications to become the president is that you must be a natural born citizen? So is the qualification to become president racist? I don't think so. But again, I digress. Also, Hillary Clinton was the main one who put that whole thing out there. If it was not her, it was from her campaign. Let's go back to 2008 during the Obama campaign cycle. I remember that vividly. At the time, I was an Obama supporter. I did not want Hillary Clinton to get the nomination over Barack Obama. And I remember being kind of upset because Hillary Clinton was talking about, oh, you're not really from here, this, that, and the third. Like I said, if it was not her, it came from a campaign. It started back then. Trump just took it like in 2012 and took it to the moon. Hillary Clinton was not able to do that. But again, I'll move on. There are many things that people say about Donald Trump, and they say this is what is proof that he is racist, although it's not even really true. Unfortunately, it's not just the one Republican I showed you at the beginning, Will Hurd, who was speaking negatively against Donald Trump and calling what he said racist or xenophobic or some kind of way inappropriate. There's quite a few people, and I'll put a list of them in the box. I mean, some of the obvious ones like your Mitt Romneys, I think Lisa Murkowski and Susan Collins, people like that. Also, unfortunately, Tim Scott is in this list. A lot of people and some random, just other people. Who else do we have here? Just Pat Toomey, just, a bunch of kind of like random folks. They want to come out and speak against him. Of course, Justin Amash, Monster Mash, whatever his name is. I think he just left the Republican Party because of Donald Trump. So, of course, he's going to come out and be like, oh, that's racist, that's sexist, that's xenophobic, or whatever. There's quite a few people who are talking this same thing. Now, let's just pump the brakes for a moment. What are you guys doing? What is the purpose? If you are in the Republican Party, why would you turn your back on Trump in this particular case? Why? For what? Like I said, there's a whole big Wikipedia page with things that people say are racist about Trump. What you do here is you legitimize all those other things, because people will say this is just his latest racist tirade on Twitter, his most recent racist thing that he has said. You can't compartmentalize it when it comes to the left. They're going to say everything is racist because you said this one thing was inappropriate. You might not even say it racist, but since you said it's inappropriate, it's not right for the highest office in the land to say such a thing. When you say something like that, it legitimizes all the other claims. Okay. And Trump had defended himself. He came out this morning and said, I'm not racist, not a racist bone in my body. Those tweets weren't racist. The squad, AOC, Rashida Tlaib, Ayanna Pressley, and Ilhan Omar, they have now become wedded to the Democratic Party. That's what Donald Trump said. I said the same exact thing yesterday, because before this whole thing was going on, like Will Hurd said, the Democratic Party was fighting amongst each other, Nancy Pelosi and the entire basically Democratic Party versus the squad, who I just mentioned, the 4 women. They were fighting amongst each other. Nancy Pelosi was trying to prevent the Democratic Party from going too far left. But now they might not have a choice but to go far left, because they're circling the wagons around the far left. Yes, they are only 4 women. Yes, they are only that many people as far as voting power right now, but they're going to control the narrative. They're going to have the media in the palm of their hands. So whatever they say pretty much goes. And what are you really going to do about it? Okay, they're going to make the Democratic Party go all the way to the far left. All you got to do is just let it happen. Just let it play out. What is the purpose in coming out against Trump right now? To please your constituents for your particular job? I don't really know. I don't really know what's the real reason here. Okay, if you didn't come out and say anything about some of the other things that the left deem as racist, why now? What is the reason? What is the purpose? And everybody knew what he meant. Regular, everyday people, they knew what he meant. I mean, come on. Everybody knows. People could say, oh, he wasn't accurate because they were born here, except for Ilhan Omar. So what? We all know what he was talking about. Trump did not mention race. I wouldn't care if they were Snow White, black as midnight. I don't care if they're anything in between. It's irrelevant. It's all about the attitude. It's all about how they are conducting themselves. That's pretty much what it is. America does have many immigrants, but if you're born here, if you raised here, I mean, that ain't really what it is. If you don't like the country, we are a free country. You can leave if you like, go back to a country where you feel like you'd be better suited, find a new country for yourself. That's pretty much what it is. And I think that's a general gist of it. These people in the Republican Party who are coming against Trump, I don't understand. You guys are not really getting what's happening here. This is not going to help us at all. Maybe it'll help you potentially in your particular race for your Senate seat, your low-level state seat, House seat, as in the case of Will Hurd, whatever it is. But when you're talking about nationally, it's not going to help. And it actually might backfire on your own political campaign, wherever you came from. Did you get the endorsement of Trump before? Are you going to get it again, or will you get a negative backlash? Hopefully it will not be a negative backlash, but if it were, can you blame him? I don't really know, but that is pretty much all I got for now. And what say you? Do you think that these people in the Republican Party should have come against Donald Trump in his most recent tweet? If that's your viewpoint, let me know why in the comments below. Or do you think that this was a bad move that shouldn't have been done? Just support what's happening here. You didn't come out and say anything about those big list of things that were on his Wikipedia page, Trump's racial views in America. Like, you didn't say anything about that, the whole SO country. So why now? Just keep doing what you're doing and keep pushing forward. There's no reason to do this right now. All you're going to do is just help the left increase their numbers and increase their approval rating rather than helping the ideology of the right go forward. This whole thing with the Republicans coming against Trump and saying this is racist, sexist, xenophobic, homophobic, or whatever, this is the reason why the younger generation must come into office pretty soon. You got a lot of guys that have been in there for 20, 30 years. They're kind of detached from reality. They live in the political world. They speak amongst each other, and what they say to each other seems to be what is given to us, the people. But you got to have some people that are still connected to what's happening, people that are young to come in there and infuse the party with new blood. We all have the same actual goal in mind, but the avenues to get there may be different. Whatever your comments are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.